Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And we made a big mistake today. We had the 123 proof icebreaker. And at 8:40, I've got a whatnot auction. So that should be a lot of fun. And you have to drive home.
I'm lightheaded. Well, I'm only on a 1,200 calorie diet right now, 1,500 calories. So it's definitely hitting me hard.
Oh boy, this show's gonna go off the rails very quickly.
I see two of you right now.
You're a lucky man. Okay. Are you gonna say hi to people?
I am. Super See the Lights is in the house. Number one, how you doing?
And thank you for being a member.
Of course. Awesome Antiquarian. How you doing? Cool Carl. Jazzy Jeff is nice and early. And awesome Adrian is here as well.
And thank you for being a member.
Back at you.
All right, why don't we start the show off as we always do, asking how sales were.
Well, before that, I'd like to say hello to Danny Dave's Odds and Ends.
Who is also a member. Thank you.
Very cool. Sales. I'm actually very happy right now. Sales are really good overall. And, well, for eBay, it's above average for crap. So I would say eBay's average for what I would expect and want, but it's above average for the crap. We had a better weekend. I think we're listing more unique items and we're selling more unique items, which is helping increase sales a little bit. It's not where I want to be, but I'm certainly better than those dismal days we're having on the weekends before. So eBay's, I'm going to say, is good. Amazon's better. Website's great. And DVD site's great. Now, for the website, I will say that sales have increased the last 2 weeks because the web girl, we know who she is. She changed my shipping and added in Ground Advantage and for international first class. And I think my buyers love it because now they can spend more money on magazines.
Okay.
They were complaining in the past, like everything we got to buy is priority, everything, and international guys were getting a little upset. So I emailed her and I said, hey, can we add Ground Advantage and first class into this and see what happens? And she did it. And our sales they're not doubled, but they're up definitely 20, 30, 40%.
Oh, so wow.
Can't argue with that. Wow. I'm a happy camper. DVD site's flying through the roof, so I'm happy there. And Marvelous Mr. Hot Wheels is in the house. Lovely Linda's here. And Danny Dave, what you got to say?
Sales better than putrid and turning around, but not ready to call it a trend.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, but don't call it a comeback.
We've been here before.
Been here for years.
Exactly.
To be blunt, sales sucked.
Oh, sorry about that. Let's see if it's a trend. Lucky Lou, how you doing?
Rocking sales for me.
All right. How about your sales?
If we had a Tuesday night show, I would say sales are en fuego like behind me.
Like a bloodbath.
And then Wednesday happened. And I literally have sold one item on eBay today.
Well, Wednesday's not over with. Technically, you can get some sales before midnight.
Oh, they're lined up. They're going to batch them on out.
People love buying ephemera late at night. Yes. Exactly. Awesome. Art of Flipping. How you doing?
We have fact checkers tonight. Exactly. Thank you, Art of Flipping.
Everybody should have fact checkers. It's only fair that everybody gets them. That's just my opinion.
No, we're not political, but that does seem reasonable. I didn't say
anything political.
That does seem reasonable.
All right.
That is
give
true.
Me a G word to go with Gordon. I'm gonna mind blank. Great Gordon is in the house.
Great Gordon, because
and one is better than zero.
Because he's also a member.
Lovely Linda, how you doing?
Sales are good.
Good is great. Triple J's in the house. Hello. I think that shot is really taking a toll on my empty stomach.
You are shot out the cannon.
Marvelous Michael, how you doing?
Sales.
All right. Solid is a good word. I like solid.
Thank you for being a member.
Yeah. How are your sales? Or did you already tell us? I don't even know.
Again, today is putrid squared. I don't know what's happened. I had a really great month. A great Monday. One of the best days I've had in months on Monday.
Yeah.
It obviously is biting me today because I'm not selling anything whatsoever today. Amazon's okay. Everything else is okay. Just eBay has been great. And then today it absolutely fell off a cliff.
Speaking of Amazon,
yes.
Paul Carl, we met over the weekend. He picked up a big load of cards and toys and so forth because he sells them at the co-op and so forth. So I gave him a whole ton of stuff. Anyways, he's going to try and come up with a repricer for my Amazon site and see if we can sell cards the Cronio way on my Amazon site. So I'm kind of excited. This guy's great. I love him. And hopefully he's got time to fit me into his busy schedule and make some stuff happen, because I feel like he can make me a lot more money, and I can certainly pay him to make some money, make it worth his while.
Wait, is this Paul Caro, who's been a guest on our show? We've been a guest on his show, and he has a YouTube channel?
He certainly is. I think he's one of the, I don't know many people that are smart. You're one of them. He's one of them. So I like being, my dad always told me, be around people smarter than you. It'll make you smarter. If you're around people dumber than you, you'll get dumb. So
that kind of explains why you have so many friends.
And I told my son the same thing. So hopefully he listens.
Nice. But I was looking at my numbers over the weekend. Overall, believe it or not, year on year, my eBay sales are only down $1,000, which, given the way eBay has been going for a lot of people this year. Now, granted, I did put a lot more time into it having retired, but I'm still down only $1,000 year on year.
I got to interrupt just because you said that. Did I tell you I checked my Amazon sales this year to last year?
Nope.
We're up about 15%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I like that number. Yeah.
The only problem with my sales being down $1,000 is the amount of money I spent on stuff is up $5,000. So
sadly, I think my spending is down. Yeah, so that means I'm probably gonna make more money this year. Which,
darn it,
I don't like owing the government more money, but it is what it is.
I promoted were 23 out of 40 offers, 93 old, 252 total offers, 231 last week. So it's trending upward. Last year, 98 offers. So I went from 98 offers I could make to watchers up to 252.
I got something more important than your offers.
That fire in the background is starting to get really, really warm.
Where's Dawn?
Oh, Dawn actually will not be here this week. Oh. I guess I should have told you. Yeah, she's not.
You probably didn't. I forgot.
I probably. Then I've sold 5 items on $1 Million Peddlers over on eBay, 3 of which were car magazines. So I guess that car magazine deal will, even though I didn't want to do it, will end up making some money. And 1 was a whatnot reject. So did that. And I sold 5 items on Etsy. So I went from 0 items on Etsy up to 5 items on Etsy. So overall, other than today being an absolutely terrible day over on eBay, everything was good.
I think we have more important problems. We need a Dawn assistant when she's not here. What are we going to do without her?
We'll just trudge on through.
Very helpful. I mean, all right.
We'll trudge on through.
Dawn, if you watch this at a later date, we need an assistant to you when you're not here.
There you go.
Let's make it happen.
How about buys? Anybody out there buying anything? How about you, Mr. Magazine? Are you buying anything?
Have I bought anything? Today I did buy a small comic collection from an acquaintance that sets up the comic shows. He had a tax bill come in. He needed some money to pay his taxes, and things have been slow. And he had a box of Spider-Man Bronze Age, and then he had about 8 short boxes of Star Wars comics, all in order, bagged and boarded, and it was a very good deal. Can't argue with that. I juiced up my collection a little bit. I'm happy, and that's about it. Not much else going on for me buying. Yeah, how about you? Jazzy Jeff's here. 2
large boxes of newspapers from a friend at the CNY Regional Flea Market Sunday. A few stars and stripes from the early 1900s and 1940s. Haven't sorted them yet. Nice. Cool. Right. Nice find there. A 1941 comic section from Jacksonville, Florida with Superman. Cool. Those always sell. That's a nice little find right there.
Yeah. Triple J.
Buying shipping supplies and an auction here and there, but really trying to concentrate on distilling down the pile and get rid of bulky, low-dollar stuff. When you finish that, you can come on by and work on my piles for me.
You know what I do with bulky, low-dollar stuff? I throw it in my dumpster. I just don't have time to, hey, come and look at this or list this or do that. So it's just quicker and easier and saves me money. I don't have to pay an employee to do any work. I just take the box and throw it in the dumpster.
Look at you.
No, I really, VHS, DVD. I mean, there's we go through stuff, and if we got a crap pile, if it's below $5 or $3, it's just taking space. I need room. Garbage.
Morning, gentlemen. Normally don't catch a live, still sleeping most of the time. Time to listen to the replay. Well, great to have you aboard live.
Yeah, my wife sleeps a lot, but she does not listen to the replay.
So I ended up going to the book show. There was actually a Rochester book fair on Saturday, and I was stunned.
Where was that at?
At the Dome.
Oh, wow. Must have been pretty big.
It actually was packed.
Wow.
It was actually difficult to look at things. There were enough customers there that it was hard to look at items.
That's impressive. I mean, you would think the economy is good because something like that happens, but it's
but they're books. I mean, geez, Louise, I was expecting tumbleweeds. Cool. There were a lot of people there. I was amazed. Yeah. 200 pieces of 80s and 90s action figure weapons and accessories.
Cool. Very cool. There could be some diamonds in the rough in there.
Definitely could be.
Cool, Kelly. How's it going?
Sales been good. Some lows, some highs. Averaged out. No buys here.
Average is good right now this time of year. Totally Treasures in the house. Hello.
And thank you for being a member. So yeah, the book show I ended up buying from 2 dealers, which I mentioned. I showed a little haul video behind the paywall, so the membership people have seen the stuff. If you're interested, come on back. It's a lot of fun. A lot of videos up there, over 100 of them. But basically, trade cards. I also did a short with the trade cards. Person had an entire box of trade cards at the book show. And that's a lot of times, sometimes the best stuff to buy is stuff that's not books, because the book dealers, they know what all the books are worth. Yeah. They're looking to just move stuff like the trade cards.
It's a bonus for them.
Yep, absolutely. So I picked up about 300 trade cards for $100, 20% off because I'm a dealer. So I picked them up for $80.
Wow.
So very happy with that. Those will be going over to Whatnot soon. That's true. Yeah, thanks. I know Mr. Magazine's boring, but that was kind of a rude way to say it.
I have to take an energy drink before the show every day or every Wednesday because I'll fall asleep.
Then I went over to the Flea. It was super windy, and I bought a few items over there, but nothing special. Did buy some Courier and Ives calendars.
I've heard about these things 10 times. I hope get rid of them so we don't have to hear about them anymore. Jeez, just gotta cut them. And
I do have
what do you
to
call
cut
the
them
first page?
The toppers.
The toppers, yeah, the toppers.
Yep, you got to sell the toppers. And I ended up with a Rogue full of free books from our friend. And then he's got one more Rogue worth of free books. He actually gave me a key to his location so I can go by and get them out at my convenience. So I've got to get those all out of there at some point. Maybe not this week, but maybe next week I'll try to get them out. There are a couple of really nice estate sales tomorrow. One's got some older comics, and one has a library of books, including occult books. So it could be some really good stuff. There's only one little problem, Mr. Magazine.
You need a bigger vehicle.
Guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
What not?
I'm not having the local utility come by.
Oh.
Because I signed up for them to come by tomorrow at 9 a.m. For my gas meter inspection.
What happens if they don't show up?
I complain and they reschedule with me, much as they did the last time. So basically, there are some really good sales that I want to go to, and I've got to sit here twiddling my thumbs, waiting for them not to show up because they won't.
Isn't it worth it to reschedule, though? Who cares at this point?
Really? Yeah, you're good point. Good point.
Because you can make thousands of dollars potentially. And who cares about that? I mean, they can just come back again. It's not costing you money.
That is true.
I'd call him. What else you got to do? You're retired. Hey, awesome Aaron's in the house.
All right, glitch of the week. I only found one glitch this week.
Wow.
When do you decide to stop selling something? I'm thinking of dumping trucker hats. They sell very slow and take up too much space. Can't make up my mind. My way of looking at it is if it's listed, I leave it listed. Yep. I don't do anything with it if it's listed. I, however, will then, if I have others that I have picked up, I will try to find another way to do it, whether it's selling them over on Whatnot, whether it's taking them and bulk lighting them all out into one big lot. I would figure out a different way to get rid of them.
I'll put them on sale, take offers, raise the sale, whatever. I mean, it's easier just to leave them on there and get something instead of like ending them and storing them again. And for me, they wouldn't take up a lot of room because you can, stack them nice together. So, yeah.
So the only glitch that I found this week, and it was a freaky glitch. I don't know if you were there, Gordon, or not, but anybody that was watching my Whatnot auction, it was it the magazine one? Oh no, it was a book auction. It was the book auction on Thursday. So I'm doing the auction and I'm on like lot number 7, something like that, maybe lot 10. All of a sudden, my entire screen ghosted, and a Don Rickles book that I had brought up like 5 lots earlier is suddenly up on the screen. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I said, that is the weirdest thing. I just saw my Don Rickles book come up on the screen.
You sure it wasn't Tim Wells?
Pretty sure.
They look alike, right?
Well, and then a couple of people in the chat said the same thing happened on ours. So Whatnot somehow or other went back in a live auction to a previous spot and played the video for a second or something like that. And I'm like, that was really, really freaky. I thought we were in some, let's do the time warp again. So I don't know what was going on. Didn't see any site changes though, so that's a positive thing. At least eBay's not screwing anything up this week. Wait till next week. Item of the week is this.
Yeah, we're flying through the show, right? The item of the week.
Mr. Magazine loves things like this. This is a Norman Rockwell poster.
Wow, interesting.
One of the 4 freedoms. Now, the 4 freedoms originally were printed in, I believe it was Look or Life magazine, one of those, and they're actually worth some, or Post, it was Saturday Evening Post. Yep. They're actually worth some pretty good money if you have those issues. Well, this is a 1943 OWI poster of this. Prices are all over the place on this, but it's Freedom from Fear. And folded as issued, and it's probably anywhere from $75 to $125 poster over here. So if you do find the Norman Rockwell 1943,
wow, okay.
So 1943 poster, OWI, Freedom from Fear. If you do happen to find that out there, it's definitely a very, very good item. Can't argue with that. I think I paid $1 for it at Madison a year ago, so we're going to finally sell it. Exactly. Well, he keeps calling me a hockey puck. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on. He's completely ridiculing me constantly. I guess I should be. I guess I should feel good about that.
One of his ghosts has his forehead caved in when he got the phone hit him in the head in the movie Casino.
Oh, I don't know. That's a very good question. Very good question. All right, insulting offer of the week. Well, I had a fake insulting offer. First time that's ever happened. I had an Illustrated London News free shipping. I was asking $32. Pops in a $2 offer. Then I immediately get an email from the guy. Hey, counter offer me at 20.
Oh,
so he obviously hit the wrong number. Put the offer in beforehand. I had no problem at all with that. That's good. Check out his toy section. That's true. But Mr. Magazine had a insulting offer this week. He had a Star Wars Snow Speeders lot of 2, asking $46.72 on it. Got a $1 offer with the following statement. Come on, dude. You're putting way too much on shipping.
So let's just say shipping's $15. He still thinks the lot's worth $16. That's what he's saying.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. And it's based on size, weight, and location. We do calculated. I don't understand why that's an issue with people.
I can't answer that. I cannot answer that. Customer issues. I've had a problem with the Amazon customer. Twice he's put in a return on the same item, but he won't send it back. He just keeps trying to return it without sending it back. The cover on the book is different, and there is spine damage. My listing said alternate cover and spine damage. So I've said, yes, I did note all of that. Please return for a full refund. Please return for a full refund.
They don't read that condition line. They just don't. It's crazy.
And I got a return today on eBay. Gentleman bought something, and he's like, ordered it by mistake. Well, that's a pretty good way to get yourself banned.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Mr. Magazine sent out a Amazon magazine, Leg Art Virgin Mag on Amazon. He got an email from a gentleman. Pages ripped out, but you sent me anyway without notifying me. Jerk.
Yeah, like I knew that. What do we say? 1 in every 3,000 magazines I sell has pages missing.
Jerk.
So it's really not worth checking 3,000 magazines for pages missing.
Jerk. I had a gentleman very upset with me on Amazon because an item took 3 months to arrive. It's broken today. I've sold one item, jackass. It's broken today. Welcome in. Took 3 months to arrive. He's asking me why it took so long. I don't know. I pointed out I was the wrong person to ask. Tracking shows I sent it out timely. The post office got it right away, scanned it in. Took 3 months to get to him. And he keeps asking. And then he's saying that, well, it's past the refund thing. Well, maybe you should have reached out a month and a half after you hadn't gotten it. I don't know what to tell you on that.
Yeah.
Then he claims he didn't get it. Tracking shows that he did get it. And I'm like, sir, you got the magazine. I don't know what to tell you. And I didn't. It's not like I sent it out and I told the post office, hey, hold up this guy's shipment.
Well, I had a guy just ask me tonight, what did I do with his item? He paid for it and he hasn't received it in the time period. And he asked me what I did with it. So I checked tracking. It's on its way. And I said, give me your local post office phone number. I'll call them for you. Now, I really won't, but that's a game I play. Like I'm making sometimes. They just want to know I'm making an effort, but really it has nothing to do with me. And just to see what he says. Like, well, if he's had to look up his phone number for his local post office, he might as well just call him. If you're that concerned, that's what I would do. But hey, crazy.
Mr. Magazine had a Mattel SBD 3000 talking electronic bank.
Yes.
A potential buyer reached out to him. What does he say when you pull his finger and he farts? What type of farts does he do? Hissing, then doggone it. That was an SBD as well as a squeak fart and a power fart. So what sort of farts does your SBD
So I
do?
had my employees pull it.
For real?
Yeah, I said, I want this thing working and I'm going to keep it now because it's so cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my wife will hate it, so it's it's
Win-win.
yeah, bust her chops a little bit, and because she thinks it's me all the time, so now it's going to be the whatever SP 3000 SPD 3000. Yes.
Wow. So the gentleman made a sale to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What tripping. All right. I don't want a visual of that. Jeez, Mr. Hot Wheels.
That's a WDF.
I don't know. I don't even want to know. I don't know if you saw this or not, Mr. Magazine. Lego is changing the composition of their bricks.
Really?
To be more environmentally friendly and everything.
But they're going to look the same.
Oh, they're supposed to look the same and work the same.
Okay.
They're just going to be a new composition. But it kind of made me thinking that at some point, the original composition bricks, the ones that we have now, are then going to be older and worth more.
I mean,
they will be.
They've only made 48 trillion pieces, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Have they said what they're going to be made of, or are they dodging the question?
No, they did. They did say, I didn't write it down, but they did say what it was going to be made of. Yep. It's going to be more environmentally safe. Good way to pay less taxes. Buy it from yourself.
Exactly,
there you go.
Exactly. STD 3000.
No, it's STD. That's a whole different. That's the doll that comes with it. This is the SBD.
But we do sell the STD 3000 on our website.
On the adult side?
dirtymagazines.xxx.
First time in forever, Mr. Magazine actually had no, well, we call them deadbeats, no unpaid bidders. When I went in Monday morning to put in for it, there were none.
Maybe that's why sales are so good.
Everybody's actually paying.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
I'll take it.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. See, it all ties in.
Yeah.
It all ties in. A subscriber, one of our subscribers, reached out to an eBay seller to ask him some questions and got the following response. I want to hear your opinion of this, Mr. Magazine.
All right.
We are currently closed as we determine if we can continue to sell these low-cost items on eBay. eBay takes up to 40% in fees, charges advertising fees and other fees. We provide free shipping, which is 68 cents plus the cost of shipping supplies. In 2024, the IRS will start taxing eBay sales at a minimum of 15%. On a $3 item, we'd literally make about 30 cents. It is no longer worth our while to continue selling on eBay.
So they're done, but they're just putting that in.
Yeah. So what's your thought?
Well, once eBay finds out, they're obviously going to kick them off, right? And how true is that getting taxed?
Well, that was the part that I laughed about. You're getting taxed all the time. It isn't like all of a sudden in 2024 you owe taxes.
Right.
You owe taxes all the way through. So basically for the last X number of years, you've been going under the radar, keeping your sales low enough and not paying your fair share, not paying taxes. Now, all of a sudden that, eBay is going to be reporting you to the IRS along with everybody else. They're not reporting you. It's nothing personal.
Right.
Now that you're going to be on the IRS radar, you're screaming it's unfair. You should have been paying those taxes all along, buddy.
Right, yep.
When you get down to it, I've got no sympathy whatsoever for that. And working into your business
how much
plan.
we would be making if we did that.
Oh, yeah. If I didn't have to pay tax. Oh, my goodness. This is right. eBay checking out the site. Sales issues normally for me. New cancellation policy implementation. Okay, Miss Lachey. Because, again, I've noted I've sold one item today. So they're doing something or other to me today, whatever it is. But yeah, I just kind of saw that there, and it's like, you got to raise your price a little bit if you're making 30 cents per item on that over there. That's cutting a little too close unless you're making a ton of sales. But number two, okay, that 15% is only on your profit anyway. So now your 15% of 30 cents is 4.5 cents. So you're making 25.5 cents. It's not like you're taxing on the whole deal.
That's where you just raise your prices 10, 15% and washes it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So again, I just kind of laughed about that a little bit there. Copy of the Constitution. Did you see this?
No.
Is up for auction.
Who owns that?
Get this. There were 100 total made. They were sent out to the various states for the representatives and the state officials to show the populace for a vote to see if they wanted to vote to join the union or not. This was actually found in a filing cabinet. And it's the only one in private hands.
It's probably in good condition.
Yeah. Nice shape and found in a filing cabinet.
Jeez, I mean,
only one in private hands. It's going to go for millions. They don't know how many millions at this point.
If a Mickey Mantle rookie's 10 to 30 million, I mean, you would think 50 to 100 million, but what do I know?
Yeah.
Well, actually, there's 100. Are there's really 100 in existence?
Well, roughly 100 were made. So how many are in? And this is the only one in private hands. The other ones are all in museums and stuff.
Yeah, there's going to be a handful.
Yeah.
10 survived. I mean,
whole site is bonkers, so that eBay needs to learn how to sandbox updates instead of going straight to production every time. Yeah, they need to do something. I didn't realize the site was all screwed up because, again, I'm not making any sales today, but I'll blame it on eBay and the rain. There you go.
Yeah.
My response would be the message is okay, no worries, and ask what's your price for the lot. There you go. Buy them out.
Exactly. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I found this amazing, Mr. Magazine. Did you know that Americans buy, on average, one item of clothing a week?
I guess I can believe it. I mean, does that sound low?
Really? I don't know. Obviously, I buy everything in mine from thrift stores, but the last time is I bought an item of clothing.
So one person buys one, or a family, or
no, per person. Per person.
So yeah, I bet I think about socks, underwear.
Yeah, but
different seasons change.
Papagoy. When's the last time Papagoy bought clothes? 20 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean, maybe he'll buy a shirt if one wears out or something, but he might buy 2 pieces of clothing a year.
Well, he might be the, over 70 average, where it might be 0 to 1, but then you got kids that are 15 to 25 buying 8 or 10 a week.
Right.
And that's why this country's broke.
It just seemed amazing to me. One piece of clothing a week. I don't make quota.
Well, if my wife's buying 1 million. So that, not for nothing, Amazon doesn't help because I'm getting packages every day, 3, 4, 5 a day that she's getting, and half of them are closed. So that definitely makes sense.
There you go. Promoting stores below your items, and now there is a banner at the top of my list for other sellers. Why not promote my own items? It's hard enough to compete. Well, you don't pay enough, Kelly. That's the problem.
Exactly. More money, more money, more money.
There you go. Am I the only one enjoying the show? Oh, there you go.
I'm having a blast here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Not just a blast of fire behind us.
It is getting a little warm still. I'm sure this was sneakerhead at the other end of the spectrum for me, skewing the results. Not probably.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Probably.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Because again, that just seemed amazing to me because I buy so little. Crazy. Oh, Paul Caro. We've mentioned him before. Paul Caro Cards said you have to go through items one by one to stop sending automatic offers. I had asked last week. Yes, exactly. So I'm not going to stop sending automatic offers. It's not worth it. Not worth the time. Not worth the all
why
that.
Would you not want to
go through them one by one?
No, yeah. I mean, why would you want to stop them?
Just because I don't trust eBay to actually send them out.
Okay.
That would be the reason why I don't trust eBay to send them out. So if all of a sudden all my items were in there for it and eBay glitched and forgot to tell me that, oh, by the way, we're not doing that anymore, yet they all were set up to do it, I would never send an offer out.
Good times.
Yeah. Tonight, 8:40 p.m., make sure you come on by Whatnot right after the show or a little while after the show. We got the Shop-a-Holla. I'm doing the Dollar Holla again over on Whatnot. Some really, really nice items. 20 minutes, $1 starts. Mr. Magazine was there for the last time.
It was impressive.
Never did ask you on the air. What did you think? It was the first train you ever attended. What did you think?
As far as you know, it was the first train I've ever attended.
All right.
You haven't seen me in
first Whatnot train.
20s.
First Whatnot train.
It was impressed. Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't think I could do that anytime soon. I'd have to have a lot of experience doing it that quickly and efficiently. But yeah, it was good stuff, and you made good money for the time you did it. So
yeah. So come on by tonight. Should be a lot of fun on that. Pretty hard to trust eBay to do anything right. Yeah, absolutely.
Correct, yep.
Absolutely. And therein lies the problem. Hey, I don't know if you guys
calling my wife eBay.
Wow. Wow. Where's interesting. I had to review the feedback left by the buyer, so I don't like automatic offers. I like to review it. Yeah. I don't know if you guys checked it out or not, but if you haven't, the link is for the show over here. Do check out Rat's Stash. They were nice enough to have us on their show on Monday. Fun show. It lasted just over an hour. Pretty fast-paced show, fun show as well. Do check it out. I did put the link down there as well. A few of our regulars did make their way over there live during the show, so that was a lot of fun as well.
And shockingly, I was there, so
you were there. You were awake the entire time. It's amazing.
Awake, yeah. I spoke. Yeah.
Jeremy spoke. And Mr. Magazine made his first appearance today behind the paywall on our membership side. We talked for about 20 minutes. I just threw the video up right before our live show over here.
It's a doozy.
So if you're a member, you will have immediate access to it right after the show. You can go and watch it. If you're not a member, what are you waiting for? We've even got Mr. Magazine there behind the paywall. So definitely worth it. Fun little video we had today as well. eBay was supposed to call Mrs. Papercoat's office, Mrs. Mag. There you go. All right, we are cooking with fire today. So, Mr. Which literally,
yeah,
Mr. Magazine, how do external events affect your eBay reselling or your reselling business?
Well, I'm going to admit that I didn't know what the show is about tonight. I didn't look up there, so I didn't know, and I still don't know.
External events,
like a holiday,
anything external. In other words, if your sales are low or high, but it's not because of what you're listing.
Well, obviously, holidays are affecting my business. 3-day weekends, travel holidays, obviously sales are down, and it's worse now than it was years ago. I just think because the way the economy is and stuff, and people would rather go spend money and travel than, sit at a computer on a weekend and spend money they don't have or, don't want to spend. But also for someone like you, external events could be a church sale, an estate sale, an auction, a flea market. And now you're making money at some point, but it's taking you away from you sitting here and listing and listing and listing. So that's good and bad, however you want to spin that. But, it could be anything where a death in the family and I got to, fly out to Seattle, or even flying to Seattle for that buy. With that buy, it might take me 3, 4, 5 days. And now my business is without me. And now my manager's got to step up and fill in for both of us. So it's certainly external events cost your business money for the most part, is what I would say. Yeah.
Well, and I was even thinking something or other like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or we've always noticed that sales go down, at least on the East Coast, from about 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock on Sundays.
Yeah.
They just do. Pull by natural gas. There you are. They just go down, during football season.
Yeah, for sure. Sundays are definitely, sales are definitely off on Sundays because everyone's watching football.
Yeah, he's got the Royce-Aroni back there behind us.
Exactly.
But even other things over there too. All of a sudden some natural disaster happens, or power outage for us. Oops, now how are we going to get our items out?
Ice storm, the weather,
storm, the weather, or if an entire area of the country is down because of a hurricane, because of all of those things. Even we've been talking since the beginning of the year that this was going to be a difficult year potentially because of the election. That's an external event, but it definitely, and I was wondering to some extent if the sales today weren't low for two different reasons. Number one is the anniversary of 9/11.
Yeah.
And the other reason being potentially that a lot of people may have stayed up and watched the debate yesterday. And,
true, yeah.
Something like that may be affecting the sales today. I don't know. I can't prove it, but it is weird that today of all days, sales are suddenly so terrible.
Sure.
Or even an external event is out of our control would be if eBay servers went down.
Yeah.
Well, we can't do anything about that, but yeah.
How about if like our internet went down, which happens in my warehouse once a month? They do like annual maintenance and they don't tell us until like 20 minutes after we realize it. And then we know, and then it's on in an hour. So certainly that. And yeah, I mean, I remember the Olympics were just weeks, behind us, but my sales are certainly down because of it. Certainly on a weekend for the Olympics, but yeah, they were down for sure.
Or even things like inflation and people. Mr. Magazine had just mentioned people not wanting to spend money they don't have. Well, why don't they have the money? Well, external events, their credit card debt is higher. This is higher. This, it can even be something as simple as
their apartment got taken over by migrants.
That could be that. It could be they need new brakes in their car. And that is an external event to us that affects them. And now they're not buying. Well, obviously one person, it could actually affect you if it's one person, if it's a regular customer who spends a lot of money with you. Yeah. And all of a sudden they're not spending money with you for a couple of months because of something like that.
I mean, look at my sales have been down pretty much for eBay the whole year, like 50%, 40%, and I'm making ends meet. We're doing okay and buying stuff, but I'm looking at all my costs and I started calling companies and canceling things that, I just don't have that extra money where I want to, throw away to pest control or, what else was
I'm still here.
OnStar. I had OnStar in my truck. I never use it. It's $40 a month. Well, why am I using it? I canceled like 10 different things. I'm probably saving literally $500, $600, $700 a month at the end of the year. That's thousands of dollars, and those things that, 20 here, 30 here, it doesn't seem like much when business is flowing and it's Christmas season or it was COVID. But now I'm thinking like, gee, I'm looking through my bills. I'm like, I'm wasting a lot of money that I could be saving or buying something else with it. Or, something comes up and I need to borrow a few grand for a quick deal and I don't have it. Well, if I didn't have Hulu or this or that, so I started chopping the little things off and I call up for advertising and say, hey, why am I paying for advertising when my sales are down 50%? I should be paying 50% of my advertising.
Well, why don't you $1 Million Peddlers shut down all of eBay? Thank you.
There you go.
Well, why don't you tell real quick what happened when you called up about the advertising?
Yeah. So there was,
exactly, Mr. Hot Wheels.
There was so I pay for phone book advertising, which is minimal, but I get huge spots in there and I know no one uses it, but we've had it for years and I do get elderly people still calling with stuff. And then we get the digital online. And I think they gave me 25% off of the phone book, which ends up being under $100, which really is nothing. And then the digital is like $200 a month. And then, I said, no one really calls to tell me what I'm even paying for. It's been a while. And then they're telling me like, well, we're advertising for your Mr. Magazine website. I go, well, why are you? Because I used to advertise for my retail store because I always wanted to advertise for people to come sell me stuff. That was my whole thing. And I said, well, when did this change? It was like a year or two ago and I didn't even know it. I'm like, well, I'm paying you $200 a month. I don't even do $200 a month in sales on Mr. Magazine. And you won't do the other site because it's adult related. I know that for sure. So she canceled it completely. So I'm saving $200 a month right there,
Right. Wow.
It's crazy. The pest control at my house was like $70. OnStar was $40. Right there's $300. I mean, I think my kids had some things they were doing, like we were paying multiple, like streaming and stuff like that that we didn't need. And, I'm probably saving $5,000 a year now just from doing it. And it's things that I don't notice, but, at the end of a year, I'll have $5,000 in my account, so it'll be easier to pay this bill or that bill or whatever, so.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be surprised as this law last month's Q4 last year was slow for me and I'm on track to have another sluggish. It is what it is. I've been noticing prior to the pandemic, because that was just a crazy couple of years. But prior to that, I was noticing that Q4 was taking longer and longer to kick in. It used to kick in beginning of October. At some point, it was middle of November, and it had gotten to basically where it was basically Thanksgiving before Q4 was really kicking in.
Yeah.
And if it's a late Thanksgiving, that doesn't leave you a lot of weeks between then and Christmas. So it was always a problem. Must be 20 years since I've seen one of those.
Yeah, we get a big spread in there. Like I said, they still give them out. The elderly people are comfortable using them. So we'll probably keep it around another year or so and just forget about it. Because I think you get some free ones in there. And I'm paying for like some of the big page ones and half page. So
nice. Yeah, but again, and so that's where you need to sit down and just be aware that external events, all sorts of external events, will definitely affect your sales, both positively and negatively. Again, something rather like Christmas, which is an external event, will be a positive on it, of course. But then we all know about the summer slowdown as well. And of course, you want to list your football stuff now would be a good time to list your football stuff.
Yeah.
I think basketball season is going to be coming up sometime soon.
Yep.
So
Hockey,
get your basketball. In fact, Mr. Magazine, without knowing what the topic was, yelled at me today when he was kind of going through all the various things. You haven't even craned your neck once yet today. When he was
true.
going through all the various things, he said, "Is that a Christmas game? You got to get that up. You've been preaching forever to get your Christmas stuff up. What is wrong with you?"
And you probably got trade cards, Christmas, all the trade cards you've been buying, postcards, So definitely got to move on that.
Yep. Well, what I'm going to be doing on that, perfect segue. I will be doing middle of October. I've figured the dates out. I just don't have the calendar with me right now. I will be doing whatnot. I will be doing my annual holiday auctions with some Halloween stuff, Valentine's, Easter, and a lot of Christmas stuff as well. Cool. So what I do is throughout the year, as I find holiday stuff, I put it all over in a box, and then I sell it over on whatnot. Basically, it'll be 1 week worth of sales. There'll be some books, there'll be some ephemera, there'll be some magazines. So it'll be 1 week worth of sales.
Speaking of Christmas, yes. We're kind of going through things at the warehouse and finding treasures and this and that. And we found a box of I don't know if they're Christmas ornaments or Christmas trinkety things. You want to just take them and
I can put that. Well, I can put that into the holiday auction. Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because again, people will be coming by for it. So definitely. Halloween stuff, definitely. Yep. And you want to get that stuff up. If it's not up already, then shortly on that as well. So hopefully I helped you a little bit there. Kind of looking at the external events and realizing that they are going to affect you both positively and negatively. We often think of them affecting us negatively, but there are the positive sides as well. If all of a sudden, again, somebody gets a windfall, or it may not be quite so evident in the stuff that I sell, but it certainly is in the comic and the sports card world. Yeah. Somebody hits 3 home runs in a game or is going to appear in a new Marvel movie. All of a sudden that first appearance or that rookie card
for sure
will be going up. Well, that's obviously external events as well that are doing that. Somebody or like Babe Ruth, his card's worth what it's worth. That is a lot less affected by, but the hot new rookie or whatever, hey, all of a sudden
they actually have new cards of older players that are rare. Matter of fact, Lou Gehrig has his gold 1 of 1 that no one's pulled yet. David Adams put some bounty on it for 100,000. Which is crazy because it's a gold 1 of 1 of Lou Gehrig. Okay, but why is it 100,000?
They have to have somebody ready to buy it, I guess. Must be some huge Lou Gehrig collector.
I guess
it gotta be.
Yeah.
Hello, Steve. Welcome in.
How you doing?
Do you have a rambling story today, Mr. Magazine?
Yeah,
or Metallica concert?
Keep adding on to Metallica. So my barber friend, I think he's a little unique, so to speak. But anyways, he's got OCD issues. I don't know if I mentioned that he, when he was complaining about that free breakfast we ended up getting about his water, that he was thirsty when he was at the counter, and he asked to charge the water to my room, not his. So it was $7 for a bottle of water because he's got issues. So anyways, he drank all of our water bottles, then charges one to my room. So then my buddy Mike goes, we got to get some more water. We went to Walmart to get a cooler to keep it cool and stuff like that, and some ice and all that stuff. So I got the cart. He puts my barber friend puts 2 cases of water in the cart, some cups, this and that, other things, some food and chips and stuff. So now I got him pushing the cart. We get into the line to pay for it. He's got to go to the bathroom. He pulled the flim flam and stuck me with the whole bill, and then drank literally a half a case of water within that night and the next night. It's just crazy. It didn't offer me any money. I paid for all the gas. So then the first day we had to pay for parking, which was $40. So my buddy Mike paid because the gas was probably a couple $100 there and back, So for day 1, Mike pays. Day 2, we go to another parking lot, and I'm just waiting there. And I said, well, I guess your hands must be glued into your pocket. I'll buy again. So then I paid for parking. He's 40 years old. He's not a kid. So I shouldn't have to say, hey, you should be paying and this and that. But you live and learn. He's a good kid, but not all there sometimes. And,
remind me not to take him on vacation. That would.
Yeah, and he really wasn't excited to be there. Even during the concert, he was just standing there. He didn't know the words, and he just standing there arms crossed. And yeah, and he spent all that money for the 2 rooms. So I don't know, but I think he just wanted to get away from it all and have a couple of days where he didn't have to stress out about work and life and so forth. But it is what it is. We still had fun, and I would do it again. Maybe not with him, but I would do it again.
Wow. So just remind me to make sure to charge stuff to your room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say hi to all things cool and common.
Oh, awesome. All things. How you doing? Caleb Williams, rookies. I haven't been doing much with the new cards, but if I see anything, I can certainly set them aside for you. God, I'd pay $350 for a diamond. You know, like a what is it? The Diamond Kings?
The Hope Diamond?
No, the Blue Gehrig.
Oh, the original
Gaudi's,
Gaudi, yeah.
Gaudi, yeah. Triple J.
Not being able to complain to the barber.
This is the same barber where last week I had an appointment with him, and then he changed it. I went there, he wasn't there. Then he changed it. I went back, he still wasn't there. I said, you know what? I need this haircut tomorrow, so I went somewhere else. You know, it's just crazy. Good Gravity, how you doing?
Good to see you, Gravity.
Is it high IQ or low IQ?
Well, hi, he made you pay.
Oh yeah, oh that's true, yeah.
Yep, just if you go over to Whatnot and search on just Papergoy, you will find it. It is at 840, or you could check on the Shapahala. If you just type in Shapa, with, I believe it's 2 P's, Shapahala, it'll come up. You just jump onto anyone who's doing it right now, and the train will take you right to my show at 840. So it should be a lot of fun, though. So hopefully you're able to check that out. A lot of stuff. Dollar starts over there as well for the Dollar Holla, Shoppa Holla.
Yeah.
And definitely do, again, if you are a member, do check out behind the paywall.
Yeah, I am there.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, John
We should
Jones.
do more of that with me when we have extra time to fill in.
Yeah, we definitely will. Yeah. So if you are behind the paywall, definitely do check out Mr. Magazine in a video. Get your checkbook out, and you can buy his business and my business. So it's a great opportunity for everybody.
Yeah.
And if you're not behind the paywall, yeah, come on back for one time. Guarantee you stay. A lot of good videos going up there. So I want to thank you all for coming on out. I got to go prep for the auction out 840 over at Whatnot, the Shopaholic. Check out Papergoy, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.